How's this for a guitar sound? Crack of the whip from the Bounty Hunters. Oh, sorry, I'm fading over. Dave Hinds, welcome.
Thank you, Michael.
And the guitar player today I'm talking about is Dave Hinds himself, because the Bounty Hunters have their new album out.
That's right, Michael. Yeah, we've it's released officially released this Friday, and we have our launch on Saturday night.
Yeah. I mean, I like guitar sounds, but when I fired that up at the beginning, that really is one hell of a sound you got there.
Thank you. And it was recorded locally.
Is it?
Yeah, we did the whole album over at Michael Lynch's studio in Beechwood, which is called Shoot Horse Sound, and it's a fantastic, world-class facility.
Yeah. How'd the gigs go recently with Shannon Knoll, I think, last week?
They were fantastic, yeah. We did 2 gigs with Shannon on Friday and Saturday night in Coffs and Grafton, and yeah, it was a blast. Very well attended, and we hit a ball. It was great. Good fun.
Yeah. And, of course, in the background is Lynn singing. And
she's here with us this morning.
She's here with... I don't know what they've got a microphone for. Hold on.
Okay.
See if I can find...
Special guest.
A special guest joining us. Hold on, as I say that. A special guest, Lynn. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes. Now, you're sitting in the studio when we're talking guitars normally, but it's good to be able to talk to you briefly today about the new album. Now, tell us, Dave, the band, of course, your band is called Bounty Hunters.
Yep.
And you've been, very gracious in giving your time to talk about guitar players generally. So I thought we'd just give you a bit of a free kick, as we call it.
Thanks, Michael. I mean, I've been really enjoying doing these segments. Of course, I love talking all things guitar. I could waffle on all day.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
But this album, Rollercoaster, been quite a long time coming.
It has, mate, yeah. We actually started recording it about 12 months ago. And the actual recording process didn't take that long because we had the songs, written and ready to go. But there were a few hold-ups, a few technical things. Michael had a hard drive crash out in the studio. Didn't lose any of our stuff, but he lost a whole heap of stuff that he had to catch up on. And then he got the flu and couldn't mix because, his ears were blocked up. And then our graphic arts guy, Johnny Gibson, who's doing the cover design and the video clips, he got sick and then he got inundated with work. So for one thing and another, we just had hold up after hold up. But it's ready, it's done now.
Plus, you've been working quite a lot, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely.
You really kicked up the level of work.
Yeah, we're really busy at the moment, which is great.
Let's have a little bit of a listen to this.
Yep.
It's Crap of the Week. This is your sort of pub rock style track.
Yeah, this is classic Aussie pub rock. Yeah. In the style of, there's a bit of Akadaka Angels, Tats type influence.
Gibson SG in there.
Yeah, it's the SG on in one track and the Aggression the other. Classic.
That sounds just like AC/DC.
Well,
SG on one side, Gretsch on the other.
That's why I went for that sound. Yeah.
Let's have a bit of a listen.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the big sound, big guitar sound there.
Thanks, mate. There's a good story about that solo.
Yeah.
When I was tracking the guitar solos, when we got to that track, and I'd been playing it live, and when I went to do the solo in the studio, it just wasn't floating my boat, and I could tell, looking through into the control room, and the guys going, don't know about that one, and I was getting quite frustrated. Actually, I thought, I nailed this solo live. Why isn't it happening in the studio?
Yeah.
And then Michael Lynch said, have you got a slide with you?
Yeah.
And of course, you always got a slide with you. And I went, oh, okay. I never played slide in that song before, but I was playing my vintage Gibson Explorer, which I had since 1976. Pulled out the slide and went up there, and that solo was just first take, one take. After Mick said, try something different. So there you go.
Yeah, try something different. Your ear hears it more objectively, and you can tell whether it's working, whether it's something that'll grab you or not.
That's right. Well, it takes you out of your comfort zone and it forces you to sort of try something a little different. Yeah.
Now, this is, of course, Crack of the Whip, your Aussie pub rock style song, as we mentioned. But let's move on to another track called China Lane. You've gone a completely different direction here, haven't you?
Yeah. This is the ballad from the album, actually.
Okay. Let's have a bit of a listen.
Yep.
minor lane. See the light shining in the window. Silhouettes moving in a frame. Faces hidden in the shadows. I hear the voices calling me. I turn to see, but my heart keeps breaking down. There's only empty dreams of love I never found.
Yeah, there's Lenny on vocals. Nice vocals, Lenny.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
boys.
This is the complete opposite end, isn't it? A lovely ballad
Yeah.
in the style of, in a way.
Yeah, Mr.
master.
Mr. H, Mr. Hendrix. I went, you know, there's a few influences that come out, obviously, and, you know, wear them proudly on the sleeve. And
That's right. No one's completely original. Everyone
No.
comes from somewhere.
And I loved Hendrix's ballad work, like Little Wing and Angel and songs like that. And I love all his stuff that he did. But, you know, I really love the clean ballad sound he used to get with that Strat on the neck pickup. So I used my Strat on that, and you know, I wanted to go for that kind of.
And you're
vibe.
using a kind of a custom shop Strat. It's nothing very old, but it's just a high end Strat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a actually it's one that Lynn bought me for my 60th birthday.
Yeah, I can't wait for my 60th. Hint.
Yeah, and it's actually a recreation of the 1954 Strat as they first came off the line, the first year of production, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I hear the voices calling
Yeah,
me.
China Lane. Does China Lane exist? Is it a location?
Well, there's actually there was a restaurant in Sydney called China Lane, but no, it came long after the song was written. I actually wrote this song quite a few years ago,
Did you?
and we brought it back to record with Bounty Hunters. But yeah, it's a song about unrequited love and loneliness, and, you know, just a vibe thing, really.
Yeah. Now, for those who are unaware, just give us a bit of a snapshot about your how should I say, place in history, because in the 70s you were kind of in that echelon of you were operating in bands right up there. They were well known in Australia. They were on all the big TV shows, weren't they?
Yep. Yeah. That was back in the mid 70s. I played in bands called Rabbit and Finch, which became Contraband. We had to change the name due to a Dutch band having the name Finch worldwide. But yeah, we did a lot of touring. We did, you know, as you said, the TV shows, Countdown and Sounds and Flashes and Hey Hey and all that. And we went out on tour. We spent, you know, did tours with Ted Murray Gang and Hush and Dragon and Status Quo. That was really great.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
I was trying to find that little clip on YouTube somewhere of, I think, Bon Scott getting up with you in Adelaide, I think it was.
Yeah. And, well, Bon, because he was a really good mate of Mark Evans.
Your bass player.
Bass player, yeah, who was, you know, in AC/DC. And there was we did this big, actually it was a big show in Sydney at the Opera House, steps of the Opera House. And Bon was in town, and we picked him up on the way to the gig, and he came to the gig with us, and he was just bopping away side stage. It was quite bizarre to be playing in front of thousands of people, and you look over side stage, and there's Bon Scott with his bottle of bourbon behind the PA stack, you know, grooving away. It was like, wow, you know.
They're lucky they were even in town, really. They'd really started to launch their international career a lot.
That's right.
Okay, let's change tack again.
Yep.
We're talking with Dave Hinds and Lynn, vocalists for the Bounty Hunters. They got the new album out, Roller Coaster, and it's got this. Just letting off steam, Dave.
Yeah.
What are you playing on this track?
This is Eldon's Gresh. It's a borrowed Gresh, and after this, I had to get my own. So
Yeah, you have to get your own. It's not a case of want.
No, yeah.
Cocoa Strut, do the Cocoa Strut, do the Cocoa Strut, do the Cocoa Strut. He's a real cool cat, do the Cocoa Strut tonight.
Dwayne Eddy. That sounds good, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of fun there.
There is a lot of fun. That's live in the studio, Michael, and it's a bit of a rockabilly feel there. It's funny.
Coco's your cat, isn't it?
Coco's the cat, yeah, cat. And there's a funny story about that. He hates electric guitar music.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, when the guitars and amps come out, he takes off to the far corners of the house. But Lynn and I were fiddling around with this rockabilly feel at home one night, and he leapt over the kitchen sink bench onto the table, and he really liked the rockabilly. So he's a rockabilly cat. So we thought, okay, we've got to name it after him. But that's live in the studio, no overdubs, except for
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a Gresh. I borrowed our good friend Elder Overdurn's Gresh for this track.
Has it got the original pickups in, or got TV Jones?
Yeah, no, it's
pretty hot.
Original pickups.
Yeah.
And it's like an electromatic Gresh. And after I played his, I thought, I'm going to need to get a Gresh.
Yes. Yeah, it's not one. It's a case of need, isn't it?
There's nothing else gets that sound.
No,
Yeah.
of course, totally.
Yeah.
I understand, Dave. Totally.
I know you do.
9:45, we're talking with Dave Hinds from Bounty Hunters. They got a new album out called Roller Coaster. He's the man who's been lending us his knowledge and expertise for Hindsight over the last few months. So just a quick return of the favour to play their new album today called Roller Coaster. And this last track, Dave, the first one was Crack of the Whip.
Yep.
That was a pretty heavy track, but this one apparently is the heaviest.
Yeah, it's probably the heaviest, both in musical style and in sort of in lyric content on the album. It's called Madness, and it can be taken on a few different levels. Considering the state of the world today, basically.
Let's not take any prisoners. Let's go for it.
Okay.
Again, you've got your classic guitars, your Gibson Les Paul this time.
Yeah, this is a big riff song, Michael. So, yeah, Les Paul. Actually, 2 Les Pauls came out in this one. I used my Sunburst on the rhythm track, and along with the Gresh and the other channel, and my Black Beauty custom.
That's right, your Sunburst. You only bought that a couple of years ago, didn't you, here in Port? I think.
Yeah. That's a fairly recent addition. Yeah, it's a really beautiful guitar. There, it's got a lighter tone than the custom. The custom's like
I think it's got chambers. Is it got chambers?
Yeah,
in the body?
it's weight relieved. Yeah, and it's a bit more. It's a bit airier than like the custom, which is solid mahogany and weighs a ton.
Yeah,
but the custom's great for solos and for heavy riffs and stuff. Whereas the standard is it's a good. It's good for a wide variety of things.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Just got a minute or so to go, Dave.
Yep.
Recording is one thing, but you quite often to get an album sounding really good, you've got to get it mastered.
Yep.
What was the process? Where did you get it?
Once again, Michael Lynch did the mastering. He's actually been a mastering engineer for Sony for many years, and he's very experienced, and he does a great job. So yeah, he mastered it out at Beechwood.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So he co-produced, he engineered, and he mastered this album with us. So,
well, it sounds pretty good. I like it. It's radio friendly for me, I think, and
cool.
Hopefully people will enjoy it. And if they want to get hold of it, probably you've got a Bounty Hunters website?
Absolutely, yeah, www.bountyhunters.net.au, and it'll be in all the major stores.
As they say.
Yeah. We're lucky to have a distribution with MGM, who have been fantastic, and so it'll be on iTunes and in the major stores.
And Dave, any gigs this weekend?
Big one at Lighthouse Beach Flavors, Michael, on Saturday night. It's the album launch.
The launch,
yeah. So we're kicking it off at 6 o'clock, and we'll have a bit of a meet with some people, and and then we're going to play the album live in its entirety. So yeah, hope to see everybody out there. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, that will be good. And just to ease people's ears, next week on Hindsight, we're going to go completely the other way from this.
Absolutely. We're going to feature the great Django Reinhardt. Some
gypsy guitar
jazz.
players.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Michael. Happy picking.
Don't worry.